Hi, I'm Tanya Bolting. I am a supervisor in the DNA database section at the North Carolina State Crime Laboratory. This presentation will be about how to use law enforcement databases to confirm that the crime lab has a DNA database sample on file and in CODIS for an arrestee or convicted offender.
Disclaimer: Forensic science is an ever-evolving and improving field. The North Carolina State Crime Lab updates its policies and procedures on a regular basis. Understanding that this presentation may be viewed at a later date, it is important to note that the information contained here may no longer be valid after a period of time. If you have questions or concerns about current policies and procedures, please contact the North Carolina State Crime Lab. The DNA database section is located at the Raleigh Crime Laboratory. Contact information for the manager and supervisor, as well as a section phone number, is listed here. One of the first ways you can use law enforcement databases to determine if a sample is on file is to access CJ leads. One way that you can determine that a DNA sample is already on file is accessing the CJ leads offender search. When you search for the offender, a tab on the left side of the screen will show DNA and it will have a number next to it. You can look through the results to find the subject of interest. If there is DNA on file, a yes indicator will be present. Another way to determine if there is DNA on file is to perform a CCH inquiry using Omnix DCI. In the first section of the computerized criminal history report, underneath the subject's name and other demographic information, are two items. One is arrestee DNA available at NC State Crime Lab, or convicted offender DNA available at NC State Crime Lab. If both responses are no, that means you need to collect a new sample. If either response is yes, that means a sample is already on file and you do not need to collect a new sample. Another way to determine if a DNA sample is on file is to perform a search on the North Carolina Department of Adult Correction law enforcement site. At the very top of the screen in the center, under the subject's name, is a field called SBI DNA. If the response is yes, that means there is already a sample on file and you do not need to collect a new sample. If the response is no, collect a new sample. Thank you for your time and attention today. If you have any questions, please reach out to the DNA database section.